I ain't gonna say a lot of y'all, man. This is my second time recording this video because I did it the first time, but I had the camera all down here. I'm all like this, and then I readjusted it and be like, wow, this look way better from this angle, but you're just gonna do it from this angle, whatever. You know, sometimes you gotta redo it. I ain't saying my videos gotta be perfect, but for me, I would have much rather have it just at a little better angle, but yeah, so it ain't gonna be as natural as the first time, but I'm just gonna try to recant and remember the points that I had. But yeah, pretty much this video right here is about understanding the power of your mind, the power and the ability to create. And you know how I think that's one of the main purposes in life, if not the main purpose, is to create. Because I remember being younger, I used to have the question of like, what is our purpose? What's the point of us being here? What is the point of humans existing? And I'm realizing that one of the most important ones is the ability to create, because we all have that ability, no matter what it is, whether it's to create life, you know, meaning create children, whether it's to create an idea, create a business, create something that can benefit you, your family, or just the world in general. That's so important and that's so key to life. You know, like think about everything. Think about all the sports in the world. Think about a car. Think about a trash can. Mind you, I'm pointing out things that I'm seeing right now. Just think about all these things that's not natural or just not naturally here already, that's just man-made. These all had to be concepts or ideas or thoughts in a mind first. It had to be in somebody's head first before it was able to come into fruition and be here on this physical plane with us. It had to be thought up here inside of us first, inside of our little mini universe that we got in this whole world, this whole galaxy. It had to be thought inside of our minds first, and then we put it here. So creativity and creating things is so important, but not just creating things, it's also the intention in which of you are creating this thing, the reasoning behind it. If you have bad intentions when creating something, you may see some monetary gain with it, but the mental issues and the spiritual feelings, like maybe the down spiritual feelings, won't be worth what you gain monetarily from it. You know, I believe you have good intentions of benefiting yourself, of benefiting people, of benefiting people who are important to you, or just anybody. That creation will live longer, and it'll give you so much. It'll just give you so much in this physical world, whether it's wisdom, knowledge, experience, or monetary gain, like most of us are out here looking for in this world. But you gotta understand, to create with pure intention, pure intention, and to make sure you always have the goal in the end of benefiting somebody, whether it's you or others. Yeah, I'm trying to remember like certain points I had, any other important points I had, but that was the main gist of what I've been having on my mind. Because, you know, lately I've just been thinking about how everything we see in our lives is something that we create, whether we do it knowingly or unknowingly. We are the creators of our world. You know, I can't remember where I really heard this, but I remember hearing the term God, the word God, but if you break it down into the acronyms, G-O-D, the generator, the operator, and the destroyer. I am the generator, the operator, and the destroyer of my life. You can generate, you can operate, and you can destroy your own life. And I don't mean this in the way of you are God. Don't take that. There's no way as I'm saying that. Even though you are a piece of God, you are a part of God, you are a part of the infinite source, the infinite intelligence, the Almighty, the Most High, whatever you want to call it, you are a piece and a part of that. Then you can tap into that nature, tap into that ability. But there's most definitely a higher power that we cannot even begin to conceive. And this is a whole other topic, but I'm gonna just touch on this for a little bit. is the humans, we like to try to conceive or have a perception of God that's just not impossible, that's just not really possible for us to have. Because we like to say a man or a woman or an entity or a person, God is above all of that. God is above what we can conceive. From this vantage point that I have right now in life, what I think God is, I believe God is everything living. God is everything breathing. God is everything that we can see. You know, God is love. God is the trees. God is us. God is your pet. God is your child, right? And that same ability that the universe or God had to create us, we have too, within the parameters of that. If that makes sense. I don't know if any of that just made sense, but I tried to convey it the best as I could with like the thought process in my head. And but yeah, the power of creation is so real. We are all alchemists. We can create our lives. We can create the lives that we want for ourselves. Just keep your intentions pure. You know, don't. But it's so much that goes into that because the mind is so powerful that. Okay, I just had a whole nother thing right now. So I'm actually glad I'm re-recording this right now. When you go throughout your day expecting things to be a certain way, whatever you're expecting is how it's gonna come. The feeling that's attached to what you're expecting is how it's gonna come, if that makes sense, right? Say you going somewhere, you like, oh man, it's about to be bad, you don't understand, or you have to understand that you are creating in that moment. You're creating what's about to come in that moment when you say, oh, it's about to be like this. So you gotta change that in your mind, rewire and reprogram how you think about things, how you expect things to play out and happen. You know? Say, for instance, how do I say this? It's a car you want. You gotta go into the dealership, for one, with confidence and knowing that you can get it. You know? Knowing that you can get that car. I'm not saying you're gonna walk in and get it that day, but just know you're gonna get it. Whether it's that day, the next day, or a month from that day. Just know you're gonna get it. Whether it's somebody you want to talk to and you want them to be in your existence, you want them to be in your life, whether you want them to be, whether you want to be in a relationship with this person or in a friendship with this person, whatever it is, know you can create that. And I don't mean by force. Don't get this misconstrued with being forceful. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm not saying be forceful. I'm saying this in a way of just knowing and believing and having that positive expectation of whatever it is that you want, you know? Because that's so important. The way you think about things is so important. And I know, like, you hear these terms that, like, you are not your thoughts, you are not what you think about or whatever. And that's true to an extent, but it's also not true at the same time, because I feel like that only applies to people who don't like what they think about. If you constantly thinking negative things about yourself, or you constantly thinking bad about yourself, or about things in general, I believe that helps, that concept can help you when you have a negative mindset. That concept of you are not your thoughts can for sure help you. But I believe there has to be a transition period where you have to slowly have more positive thinking thoughts, more thoughts that affect your life in a good way, so where you can mesh with these thoughts and have a positive self-concept of yourself and of life in general. You know, I know I'm kind of getting off on a tangent right now, but as these things come to my mind, I'm just letting them come off, because I believe this all plays into a part of creativity and creating your life and the power of the mind. But yeah, that's all I really got right now for this video. If it made sense, I really hope it made sense to somebody. it made sense to one person. That's all that matters. But yeah, appreciate you for watching this, and stay blessed.